Okay, so as per our plan for today's studies, okay, second point, after looking at dialogues and style of writing, dialogues, style of writing that we have seen. Now let us see at what is the meaning of the play, or how we can read the meaning of the play, which obviously is meaninglessness. Meaninglessness or nothingness, which is the larger vision of life, larger vision of life, which gets reflected into this thematic concern. That how existentialist, for example, looks into the very idea, very theme, very essence of human life. What is that? That itself is the essence of the play, also, and that is obviously existentially looking at it, meaninglessness and nothingness there. But as it happens always that people want to see what is the central theme, people want to see the meaning, they want to read, they want to interpret everything, and so our process is always to keep on interpreting things, keep on interpreting. We can't live without interpreting events. We can't live. That's why we have this, what we call hermeneutics. We know hermeneutics is it is the reading of holy books, interpretations of holy books, of Bible and this, hermeneutics. So that is, we can't do without this. We need some kind of understanding of life. Very curious things happens in life, and we are always in search for the meaning. Search for the meaning is constantly there for whatever happens with our life, very trivial things to very important things. And that is why we have given lots of meanings to routinely happening things. As I told you earlier, that if cat crosses the road, we have a meaning. If I eat a curd in the morning, there is a meaning. If milk spills over, दूध उभराई जाए तो एमाय अर्थ છે. કોઈ વસ્તુ અચાનક હાથમાંથી પડી જાય તો એમાય અર્થ છે. બધી આકસ્મિક બનતી ઘટનાઓમાં આપણે અર્થ આપી દીધા છે. We have done the hermeneutics of all the events, and that's why we have given the meanings, and we read in that way, and because we read, that happens. Otherwise it is meaningless. It is, if I don't know that, then it is meaningless. If I don't know that, what happens if you slit a throat in the church, that sentence is meaningless to me. I think it is just high sounding words that Laertes is using. It has no meaning to me. In that way, everything that is a meaning for somebody is meaningless also for many other people there. So when you lift yourself beyond all these things, then you yourself become other for yourself. When you become other for your own self, then everything is something that is meaningless in this world. So the anecdote is given here. This is page number 26 in the material that is shared. There, Alan Snyder, who was to direct first American performance of Waiting for Godot, American performance, Alan Snyder, and he wanted to know as a director that what actually is the meaning, so that I can, when I improvise acting, when I tell my actors to do something, then I can concentrate around that particular meaning. That's why I want. So when he asked Samuel Beckett, for this, Beckett, the answer is already there on the screen also. There is the answer on the screen also, which says this, that if I knew, I would have said so in the play. If I knew the meaning, then I would have given that meaning in the play. So even I don't know, that is what his very blunt answer is there. The same is the case with Harold Pinter also. When interviewers are asking about what is the meaning of birthday party, who are these people, what is happening in the play. Here, if it is nothing happens, nobody comes, nobody goes, it's awful. Then in birthday party, we can say something happens, somebody comes, somebody goes, still it's awful. Still it is awful, but something happens there. Somebody is coming, some unknown people are coming who are given names, but then they have so many names. And then somebody is going also, taking away. The protagonist is taken off, but it still remains awful in that. So this is what Pinter also says, that this is the vision of the life. This is what if I know what is the vision, what is my vision of what, if I see meaning in life, I will give in my play. If it is not, it is nearly impossible to give there. But the attempt to know is always there with critics, with dramatists, with actors also. All actors also, lots of interviews and other things are there about various actors also. So when these people are even acting, and they also, many of the quotes you will find in your worksheet also, when we will share the blog, we'll find some of the actors are giving very interesting observations about those things. So actors have to know the characters thoroughly. So how do they know those characters? Because without knowing who are those people, what are they doing, if they don't know the basic essence of their life, of these characters, how to perform those characters becomes very difficult. So it is not only critic or reader or for the study purpose, not only for the critics or readers or study purpose, but also for actors, for directors. It is very much necessary to know the meaning, the essence of the play there. So Martin Esslin here refers to this work by Beckett himself has pointed out in his essay on Joyce's work in progress. Yes? Joyce's work in progress. Work in progress. Yeah? There he referred this and said that the form, structure, and mood of an artistic statement cannot be separated from its meaning, its conceptual content, simply because he was of art as a whole. Whole is its meaning. What is said in it is insolubly linked with the manner which it is said, and cannot be said in any another way. So said that this substance is connected with style, the form of telling, the structure of telling, the mood, everything is the meaning. There is no separatedness of meaning apart from, you can't see meaning without style or form or structure or mood. Everything is a part of that. So manner of saying is the meaning. The manner of saying the thing is very, very important. The manner of telling the things there, the style of telling, the form, the structure, that itself is the essence of the play. I'm skipping up the couple of lines. This is page number 26, last few lines. The underlined lines are there. In Waiting for Godot, the feeling of uncertainty it produces, the ebb and flow of the uncertainty from the hope of discovering the identity of Godot to its repeated disappointment. So what we see here is that there is a constant form of uncertainty. Uncertainty in the sense, like, you are hopeful that, well, now today evening Godot will come and my wait will ultimately end. I am hopeful for the evening, but evening turns into night, and then another day, you wait for another evening, that now tonight, before tonight, Godot will come. I am hopeful, but these hopes constantly are frustrated. They are frustrated constantly. Every day, every moment, they keeps on frustrating also, and there is repeated disappointments. Repeated disappointment is how the play is structured. The structure of the play, Act 1 and Act 2. There are two acts in the play. Both are structured almost similar, very similar structure. The structure is very identical. So In case, by mistake, if somebody gives you, somebody who is first time approaching this play, if you give Act 1 as Act 1, Act 2 as Act 1, and Act 1 as Act 2, they will still read it. And they will not find that there is some kind of things are missing, that no, this must not be Act 1. You can't identify whether Act 1 should be Act 1 or not. That is how the structure of the play is identical in this. And the same thing happens. Two persons on the road, they wait. Lucky and Pozzo come, some kinds of time passing with them. They go, a little boy comes, a conversation between boy and Vladimir, and the moon rises in the sky. The night falls. Moon rises, night falls, and the act ends. The similar structure. Yeah? Evening time to night time. That is the time frame. Two persons waiting on the road. Other two people come for a while. Then a boy comes. The moon rises and the night falls. Similar. So, what is the meaning? What is this? So, this is, you are hopeful when it begins. You are frustrated when it ends. Your hope is disappointed. That is the meaning, if you want to say, from the structure of the play. That is the, what we call it, the essence of the play also. Hope constantly getting disappointed. Hope constantly getting disappointed. That is the essence of the play. Then it also says that oversimplification of such plays are not possible. You can't oversimplify this play in any of these terms, or you can say, well, this is the only meaning. You can't say that, well, this is one structure, one meaning, but you can't open up everything about such plays. It still something remains which is still not opened up. It has layers of things. So you can never oversimplify or explain this play as if like this is old now. Now there is no possibility of reading anything. That can never happen with such plays. Beckett's plays are almost impossible to do that. The results of such an examination should make it easier to follow the author's intention and to see if it says that when you try to do this or when you try to do this, if you can keep this in mind, when you try to oversimplify or read all the meaning and essence of the play, if you keep this in mind, which obviously you can't do this, but if you just keep this statement in mind, you still get a key to this play. You get a very interesting key to open the puzzle of this play, and that is the statement. This is on page 27, second last paragraph, last line, second last paragraph, last line on page number 27. I'm reading. It says that don't try to be in search of the answers that the writer is asking in the play. Don't try to search for the answers that the writer is asking or trying to put in as form of that. It says what you should see is that what kinds of questions are raised. What kinds of questions are raised by this play. Look for those questions. Don't look unnecessarily for the answers of those questions. Don't go for the answers. Just ponder upon the question. There is a kind of a human predicament. There is a kind of a human predicament portrayed, presented in this play. Ponder upon it. Question that. Question. Don't go for the answers. See, answers in form of interpretation, so many works have already given to us. In these kinds of plays, instead of going and oversimplifying in terms of answers, the very important key of this play lies perhaps in pondering upon the questions, being with questions. And that is where comes a very interesting aspect of human predicament here. So then it says that Waiting for Godot does not tell a story. Waiting for Godot does not tell a story. It explores a static situation. It is exploring a static situation. So it is not about story, but it is about some situation. It's very static. Nothing happens. That's why nothing happens. Nobody comes, nobody goes. It's awful. That static situation is what is being explored by this play. On a country road, by a tree, two old tramps, Vladimir Estragon, are waiting there. And that is where this comes. the essential sameness of the situation, this word on the next page, on page number 28, underlined words, it emphasizes on essential sameness of the situation. Very essential sameness of the situation. Act 1 and Act 2, nothing changes. It remains almost similar in that. That is what is perhaps the life. Perhaps the vision of the life is that, and that can perhaps be seen as the meaning of the play. Meaning or the essence of the play perhaps lies in understanding in this way. Now from here we take a break and a diversion into character study. And then again, when we try to explore the title of the play, because from character we'll go to title, and from title again we will come down to the theme to understand this idea. So from here, still one point will continue, the thematic concern. This will continue. Right now here what we make a point is this, that any attempt to search for the meaning in plays like absurd theater or this is a futile attempt. What you can see is that there is a kind of a static situation being explored. And if there is any kind of meaning, it is what questions they are raising. And if there is any essence of the play, it is just this, that there is a hope and it is frustrated. There is a hope and it is frustrated. Repeatedly, that keeps on happening there. That is how you can approach this kinds of play in its meaning. There is no other way that you can find an exact answer or exact key to open these plays. From here, the title will come. There is waiting for Godot. Waiting for Godot. So from Godot, when we go to this word waiting, that waiting will become very interesting thematic concern in this play also. So from here, we have to talk about waiting, that how it is important there. But waiting is a bit longer topic. So we are not going to touch that today. Tomorrow we will touch the waiting topic. Today, what we want to see next is characters. Characters, this 5 characters which are there. Very, very quickly, we want to touch upon these characters. But before that, any questions if you have, any questions or any other observations if you want to give, then you can say about it. If you want to have any questions, any point, if anything in chat, then that you can do. Is this point clear then to everybody?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I just